Hey Fiero fans, in this video we're going to talk about mistakes. Mistakes I've made, perhaps a mistake you've made. Just think about it. You're trying to repair your Fiero. You're trying to make it better than it was before, but instead you've made matters worse. Well, that's what happened to me. You'll see the diagnosis, you'll see how I fixed it, and you'll see that my Fiero is better off for it. Whatever you do, just keep moving forward with your project, because one bite at a time you'll get the job done and you'll have a running, driving Fiero, something that you can be proud of. Hey, thanks again to Lightspeed Fieros. Go over to their Etsy shop and you can get one of these limited Fiero shirts. You asked Rose over there at Lightspeed Fieros. I've always got some special requests. I want an orange Nachi. I don't want an orange GT. She doesn't really stock those, but guess what? She's kind enough to change the shirt just for one person, and I'm sure she appreciates that. But hey, go over there, buy from their Etsy shop. They got a great build. Of course, you've seen it, the LSJ Fiero. And Alex, I want to see more of that tie-dye Fiero. Just asking. Hey, you may be wondering, Jeff, what's your plans for the Fiero in the wintertime? Are you going to store your Fiero? Well, I live in Illinois, so one day it can be 60, the day after that it'll be negative 20. So you never know what you got. But you can guarantee on those days where it's 60 degrees, I'll have that baby out running. It might be 30 degrees. There might be a little powder on the ground, but I can still drive in it. But as far as repairs to my Fiero, I got two things going on this winter. As you've seen, the Fiero formula needs a paint job. So what I'll be doing this winter is putting it in the garage and sanding the hood, sanding all the top surfaces, because that's mainly where the paint is the worst, are the top surfaces where the sun hits it directly. And I'll be sanding all that down, getting ready to paint. Now, I don't know what to expect. You don't know what to expect. I could do a Ronnie Finger and paint it myself, or I could take it to a shop and get it done professionally, which is personally what I prefer, because the formula is going to be my show car. It's going to be the one I want to just, crown jewel, show it off to everybody. So I'll probably get that done professionally. But you never know, I'm cheap. I might just try and do it myself. But for sure this winter, I'm going to work on them taillights on the SE. Yes, I said it, folks. I'm going to be working on the SE. Do you know why? Because it's wintertime, there's going to be snow on the ground here in Illinois, and I want to do some snow nuts. Really bad. That car is perfect for snow nuts. I don't know if you know this, but the 86s and the 88s have different suspensions. Of course you know that. You're a Fiero fan. The 86s drive heavier, if that makes sense, and you're able to whip that tail around a little bit better in the 86 than you are the 88s. I don't know. That's how I feel. But anyway, looking forward to paint project, looking forward to the SE, getting those taillights fixed. You really don't need taillights to do snow nuts, do you? Oh no, you don't. Anyway, here's the rest of the video. So I go to change my spark plugs, which should be pretty easy. 1 through 5 came out just fine, and then number 6 had broken porcelain. I could not slip the socket over the spark plug, so this is what happened. I took my vacuum, sucked out all that broken porcelain from there, finally was able to get a socket on there, and I thought everything was going well until I broke the plug. And of course, you know where the bottom half of that plug is, or bottom third. It's in the engine block. Wonderful. Okay, don't be afraid to be dumb. Alright, I changed my spark plugs out on Saturday. Of course, broke one off. Had to use an easy out. More specifically, my son-in-law had to use an easy out to get it out. So we got that spark plug out, we put everything back together, and the car was running super high idle, like 6,500 RPMs. So, you know, consulted with all my
Fiero buddies, and Fiero Brian was the first one to respond, and he told me to check out my intake gaskets and the brake booster line, and go from there. So I rechecked my intake gaskets, and of course two of them, I mean, the previous owner had used RTV instead of gaskets, so I cleaned out all the RTV off, used a new gasket, and still put it back together, and I was getting 3,500 RPM. I'll show you what it actually is. Okay, I thought I'd put everything back together the right way. Well, I put this back on, this back on, this back on, this back on. After taking this apart again, I noticed this little guy right here, not plugged into anything. Think that could be a problem? Could be a huge problem. Let's do this off camera so I don't look like a fool. Okay. The quick once over, making sure every vacuum line is hooked up. Hey, if you can tell me, somebody in the comments section, is that supposed to have a line going to it? You see right here. I'm not sure. You could just help me out on that one. Looks like it goes into my filter canister. Just let me know, please, where that goes, or what that goes to. But anyway, everything seems to be connected. EGR tube. All right, here we go. Okay, folks, back in the Fiero, everything's hooked up as far as I know. So last time I turned this on, 3,500 RPMs. Hoping that vacuum line that wasn't hooked up was the solution to my problems here. Well, there we go. I'm satisfied with that. That's better than it was before. Listening to the motor, sounds good. I love it when a plan comes together. And I didn't even mention the fix on my pop-up headlights. All right, Jeffrey out. So welcome to autumn. There's leaves everywhere. Look at all these leaves. It's crazy. It's my neighbor's walnut tree. But anyway, you want to look down here. This is how I repaired my pop-up headlights on the 88 Fiero formula. Now 84 through 86 are completely different, but the 1987s and 1988s have far less relays, but they do have a control panel, and this control module is underneath this fender guard, mounted on the inside of your front fender. So what you have to do is you have to take off these bolts to access this control module. It only has 2 clips on it and 2 bolts. So replacing this, I mean, if you're taking your time, it might take you half an hour, but that's all I did to repair my headlights. They wouldn't pop up. Neither one would pop up. And so I basically gambled. I didn't do any testing. I know, shame on me. In 87 we did the same. 84 through 86, once again, is completely different. It does not have the control module. So please don't waste your time and money. But anyway, you know, I was just thinking, if I'm not going to show you exactly how to change this out, I might as well show you what I used to get at that control panel. You can use a 9/32 socket, or you can use a number 7 metric. Both of them will do the job. Get in there with either one and take off these screws. You open up that fender cover and the control module is literally right there, bolted onto the side of the fender. So hey, it's worth a shot. I found mine on eBay for $100, and the reason I bought it, I didn't even know if I needed it or not. I figured if it's for sale and it's available, I might as well get it. It's the same thing with those dew wipes. You get them when you see them, because they may not be there the next time you look for them. But anyway, let's not talk about dew wipes, because we're not doing that today. We're talking about the control module here for the headlights, and this is exactly where you need to go to change that control module. Alright folks, it's Fiero Friday. It's my first run in the Fiero on my way to work, and she's running good. Good oil pressure, good temp gauge. So, having fun today.
Hey Fiero fans, thanks for watching this video. A lot of people have mentioned their vehicle in the comments section, but I'm a very visual person and I would really like to see your vehicle. So if you go over to Facebook, Winged Horse Garage, I have a Facebook group, and you could post a picture of your vehicle there, and that way I would know a little bit more of what you're talking about. Or hey, post your Fiero, your truck, your moped, your skateboard, whatever you got. Show it to me, and you know, it's very helpful to be part of a group like that. I wouldn't have been able to repair my Fiero if I hadn't had a group to go to. So check that out, Winged Horse Garage on Facebook. And now, as always, we're keeping the 80s alive, one Fiero at a time. Today we're talking about the GOAT, Michael Jordan.